Welcome everyone to the final part of our series on Ganon. In this video, we'll be briefly going over some of the things we've learned in the last 3 videos to give you the most accurate analysis of the character that I can. We'll start off by briefly covering the main details and intricacies of each character's personality, beginning with Demise, followed by Ganondorf, and then Ganon, and ending the video by compiling them all into one character, giving us a complete understanding of how and why the character is who he is. If you haven't seen the previous entries in this series, I'll put a link to the first video on the screen now. Without further ado, let us begin. Long ago, after the goddesses created Hyrule, Demise was born, and began to create havoc and destruction wherever he went. A cruel and powerful being, Demise desired the power of the gods and the right to rule and dominate Hyrule. Demise held a deep-seated hatred for the gods, cursing them for sealing him away, preventing him from completing his conquest of Hyrule. This hatred is further exasperated when he is sealed once again by Link and Zelda at the end of Skyward Sword. In his final moments, he places a curse upon Link and Zelda, dooming their descendants with an eternal curse of hatred, willing himself to reincarnate time and time again to forever plague Hyrule with evil. Over many centuries, the curse of hatred lay dormant, waiting for the perfect vessel to inhabit. Eventually, an incredibly exceptional being is born to the Gerudo. That being is the one and only Ganondorf. While Ganondorf is his own person, his life is dominated by something he can't escape: his destiny. Chosen as Demise's reincarnation, Ganondorf holds within him the ancient and primal evil of Demise. Whether or not he would have become the person he developed into without the influence of this curse is something we'll never know. Ganondorf, like Demise, is cruel, malicious, hateful, and extremely powerful, holding within him a deep desire to conquer and dominate Hyrule. He's also cunning and manipulative, and being known as the King of Thieves, it's not above him to cheat, steal, and lie whenever possible to get what he wants. Perhaps the only time we catch a glimpse of what Ganondorf would have been had he not inherited this curse is through his dialogue at the end of Wind Waker, where he tells Link that all he truly wanted was a better life for his people. In every game we find Ganondorf in, except Wind Waker, he is eventually transformed into the pure incarnation of evil and the final product of exposure to a virulent evil that knows no end, the King of Darkness, Ganon. We don't see much of a personality from Ganon. Everything that was within Demise and Ganondorf is also present within Ganon to a certain extent. The key difference once he's transformed into this form, however, is his insatiable desire not only to conquer Hyrule, but to destroy it as well. Losing his mind after his exposure to evil for so long, Ganon becomes nothing more than a mindless beast, evil and darkness incarnate, and the doom of Hyrule and everyone in it. These are the key details and intricacies of each of these characters. This is who Ganon is, a byproduct of an ancient curse that over time has caused him to devolve into the state we find him in. Was this truly what Ganondorf desired? Did he seek to become this being of immeasurable power and darkness, or was he doomed to follow this path no matter what? Again, we'll never know, but it's something to keep in mind when you look at this character. Corrupted over time into a monster, and then even further into a being of pure evil energy, he's become devoid of a personality or any thoughts other than destruction and domination. Is this the result of a man who sought ultimate power and succeeded in becoming what he desired? Or a man who was guided and controlled by his destiny, whether he wanted to be or not? Whichever is true, it's an interesting look into what evil can and will do to someone the longer they're exposed to it, and the longer they use it to further their own selfish goals. What are your thoughts on Ganon? Let me know what you think in the comments below, and let me know if I've missed anything important as well. Also, feel free to leave a comment with the name of one of your favorite villains you'd like to see in an upcoming episode. While this video was rather short compared to the other 3 parts, the bulk of the analysis can be found in those parts of the episode. So if you haven't watched those yet, be sure to head back to the first part and start from there. Thank you everyone for sticking around to watch the entire series, and as always, I'll be seeing you again very soon.